Hey, and welcome to video number 6, which is outsourcing your conversion materials and your ads. Now, before you go out and you outsource, I do recommend that you actually do this stuff yourself first. Get a hang of it, and once you have experience in it, then outsourcing is much easier, and then teaching it is much easier, and then you can walk someone through it. But it doesn't really take as much work as you can see here. The first thing you want to do is you want to find an ad that you like from Graphic River or any other site. You can even go on, I think iStock Photo might have some, I'm not too sure, but I use Graphic River a lot. Or you can get somebody to design an ad from scratch. But make sure you read the license and make sure you understand what you are allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. And then create the first template. And what I mean by that is to actually do it yourself. Do it for one or two or three companies first. Get an idea of how to perfect your ad, because some of you might take from this and you might create an ad that's a lot better than somebody else, or or not just better but a lot more different than somebody else's ad. So that's why I say do it yourself first and then hire somebody and teach it, because if you know it, it'll be easier to teach. And then find somebody that has basic graphic skills. You don't really need anybody. If you're using Graphic River, as you can see here, and as you saw, the ads are very, very plug and play. So you need somebody who has like Photoshop or some photo editor where they can easily swap things out, because you want somebody who can do it quick and fast. So somebody with basic graphic skills, they don't have to be perfect. Then you're going to need to create a spreadsheet. And keep in mind that you're still doing some of the research. Now, you could have two different people doing this. You could have, number one, somebody who is researching for people, as long as they know what kind of person, what kind of company you're trying to focus on. And then you can have a second person who just sits there and pumps out, ad after ad after ad, or after a YouTube video, Animoto video after Animoto video after Animoto video. So that's just really up to you to decide. But when you create a spreadsheet, it should contain the company name, the company URL, meaning the website if they have one. If they don't have one and they're using Facebook, then put that down and make sure you note that, because your goal here is to figure out what they're attempting to do. If they're attempting to do Facebook, if they're attempting to do YouTube, if they're failing at it, enter that URL. So make sure you also add the URL of the failed ad or failed video. So if the ad needs improvement and the video needs improvement, then leave a section for advice, for tips, and an area for improvement. So now that you understand the basics, I'm going to actually hop on over and show you where to find somebody with basic graphic skills or basic, other skills to manage your outsourcing division. There are two different types of places that I would recommend, either Fiverr.com or Odesk.com. Odesk.com is a great place to find people that want to constantly work for you. But really what it comes down to, what I found, is just skill set. If you can find somebody who has good skill set on Fiverr, then that's fine too. And if you don't have a lot of money to spend, then I recommend that you do it yourself. Um, but with Fiverr.com, what I found is you can create ads, you can create Facebook fan pages, you could create YouTube pages, and so forth. And if you find a potential company who you have done research on and you've found that they're actually investing money, then, investing $5 to get a professional looking fan page done, that would blow their mind. And the fact that you would have done that anyways, that's just like an automatic foot in the door. I mean, $5 in exchange for, yeah, you might lose. Sometimes you might do $5, but the company might not budge. But hey, they might refer you to another friend who you've got, a project for a contract for a couple $1,000. So the way I see it is it'll give you more time to focus on building a relationship by outsourcing the tedious stuff like the ads and so forth. And I'll tell you right up front that I do most of the research in terms of finding the businesses, but in terms of getting somebody to draw the ads and so forth, I outsource a lot of that stuff. So Fiverr.com, if you go to Fiverr and you type in something like, let's say, Facebook fan page, I usually click on rating, and that just ranks everybody from the highest rank rating to the bottom. All right, so Facebook fan page, Facebook landing page, perhaps. All right, so we're getting closer. All right, rating is at the top. I'll create a cool head-turning Facebook landing page for your business. Okay, so I'm going to click on these. I'll create a professional customized fan page, Facebook banner, blah. So for $5, you can get something pretty professional. And see, like this one has opt-in forms. Maybe somebody needs to be building their list, and you create this for them. Say, hey, you know what? I noticed that you needed help, so I created this for you, and you can use it. And hey, you can also gather people's email addresses, blah blah blah, and that kind of leads into possibilities of doing email marketing and setting up autoresponders for them and so forth. So this can just lead into other stuff too. So as you can see, you got for $5, you can get professional designs created, and they're actually good looking, very good looking designs. Yeah, that's definitely a nice professional looking design. You can also go to odesk.com and you can search for people. Odesk, I haven't used, honestly, I would say I've used Odesk in the past, but more recently I've used Fiverr.com. Odesk is also good as well if you want to find somebody, but I would say the process is a little longer. You have to sift through people and stuff like that. Fiverr.com I like a little more just because you can search, type it, and I would contact the seller beforehand before you actually buy the thing. And then not just with Facebook fan pages, you can also use it for ads, create a business flyer or anything like that. Now, I wouldn't go all out and create like a super awesome video unless the company asks for it. What you're trying to do is you're trying to add on to what they're already doing. So that's an ad or YouTube video improvement or ad, stuff like that. So just think about what they're already doing and how you can improve what they are already doing, and then hop on over to Fiverr and then create ads and stuff for them. Now, before I end this video, I do want to mention to you a cool, sneaky trick. And if you notice, if you look at certain sellers, they will have sometimes, like Fiverr doesn't allow you to contact them outside. Like, let's say they're doing a really good job and you want to hire them for full-time position. This doesn't always work, but if you go to at the top of Fiverr, sometimes they'll have a website URL and so forth. But I found with a lot of graphic designers, the way that you find them is simple. They usually use the same username. Now, I can't promise that this is going to happen with this one. Let's see, Fiverr. But the goal is, okay, so if you highlight the username and you search it in Google, then there's a possibility that you might be able to find their website and might be able to contact them and contact them, see if they can do more jobs for you on a consistent basis. And I figured out how to do that for many of my Fiverr freelancers. And now a lot of them are actually working for me on a consistent basis.